My name is Austin Mickelson. I'm going to be presenting on predatory pricing. So what is predatory pricing? It's the pricing of goods or services at such a low level that other suppliers cannot compete and are forced to leave the market. So Walmart has been the main culprit or the popular predator in predatory pricing. So you look up examples or court cases of predatory pricing, and Walmart is usually the main name that comes up. So I just took out one particular case. This was in Conway, Arkansas, and this is where the judge actually found Walmart guilty of predatory pricing. So just a brief overview. It was found guilty of using predatory pricing mainly in the drugs, health, and beauty product departments. And this was kind of phasing out the local pharmacies and mom and pop shops around the area, and they were getting kind of flustered and brought it to court as the plaintiff against Walmart that they were cutting their drug, health, and beauty products. And this was running the mom and pops out of business. So the judge said, quote from Judge David Reynolds, Walmart's in-store pricing policy to meet or beat the competition without regard to cost was evident of harmful intent. So the judge made Walmart pay $300,000 to those three particular mom and pops in damages, $300,000 in damages. So that was one case where in fact Walmart was convicted of predatory pricing and told to stop. So does predatory pricing even exist? Well, in my articles that I was reading to do my research paper, they said it's a rarity to actually find, not necessarily in Walmart's case, but to find a predator pricing company. And it's a rarity to see those court cases. So they went and talked about more of like monopolies. Companies try to monopolize. And they do that by merging, trying to buy out the little companies. And also, there's this thing I read about called non-predation, where companies try to get other companies to phase out because they don't meet government regulation and government codes. And so it was really interesting, does predatory pricing technically, in that definition, technically exist, but there's a lot of loopholes or other things that companies are trying to do to in fact to be the monopoly, to be the top dog and phase out other companies. And that's trying to monopolize the company like drug companies. I would say drug companies are the best examples of monopolies. I had a buddy once where his mom was on some sort of cancer medication to stay alive. It was like $10,000 every month, and that was the only medication she could get. And so I think that's definitely, that drug company was a monopoly, and they were kind of predator pricing at the same time. So let's move this through. So in conclusion, I would say that predator pricing in the definition itself is real. And even though usually it's looked at as, is it a competitive advantage? Are the companies just competing? Is the predator only the big company or the small company? It usually comes out, all the cases I read, that it's a competitive advantage. No, they're not trying to undercut and make everybody go out of business, but it's just the competitive nature of businesses and the business world. But there are some cases like the Conway, Arkansas, where predator pricing is ruled, against Walmart, that judge did feel that they were predator pricing on certain products. So that's it for predator pricing, and hopefully you learned a lot. Once again, name's Austin Mickelson. Take care.